As the holiday season rolls around and Americans around the country put up Christmas trees, blast holiday tunes, and sip hot cocoa by the fireside, there's another more unknown holiday, Hanukkah. Though it may not have those cheesy Hallmark movies or don the colors of green and red, Hanukkah is a beautiful and historic holiday. Hanukkah, also known as the Festival of Lights, is a celebration of the rededication of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. Jewish people all around the world cherish this holiday, and excitement grows every year as it draws closer. Today, we will dive into an insider's perspective on the celebration of Hanukkah and its significance to the Jewish religion.
Hanukkah just kind of has this thing as people are like, it's the Jewish replacement for Christmas. It's celebrating the light of the world. Generally, Christians who celebrate Christmas are saying Jesus is the light of the world coming into the world. So there is a correlation between the two in that area. But it's also different. Like, it's not the Jewish Christmas. It's a place where you can go and remember history.
It's not about gift giving, and it's not celebrating the birth of the Messiah by any means. We celebrate a miracle that God did for the people of Israel.
There's also another side where it wasn't just about gifts. There was a time where you were either forced to submit to something or you were killed. People tend to forget that at the end of the day, God made the miracle happen.
Every Jewish holiday is very specifically celebrating a miracle that has happened in Jewish history. So Hanukkah is a Jewish festival of lights.
Well, Hanukkah means to rededicate. We're celebrating the rededication of the Second Temple.
The Greeks destroyed the Holy Temple in Jerusalem.
And a group of Jewish men united.
And they were completely outnumbered, so it was an utter miracle of God that they were able to defeat the Greeks, who were the empire at the time.
The part of rededication comes when they enter the temple to start cleaning it, removing all the idols, all the impurities that were in the temple. And there was a menorah, which was an establishment inside of the temple. It always needed to be lighted.
So they used the very small amount of oil that they had left. They had only enough to light the menorah for one day, and it stayed lit miraculously for 8 days. And so that's why there are 8 days of Hanukkah, and that's why we celebrate Hanukkah as the festival of lights, because the whole point of it is that the Jewish people are the light to the world.
Hanukkah is celebrated by lighting one candle each night. You light up the Hanukah, which has 9 candles, 4 on each side, and then the middle one is the Shamash.
There's a prayer for each day. So once we say a prayer, we light up the candle in the middle, and then we go from like right to left. We invite like a whole lot of family over, spin the dreidel, and we would just bet on chocolate.
We'll always get the menorah out, or we'll get little stickies and put them on the windows when we were younger. And we always have one song that we sing. In the window where you can let it glow from my menorah on newly fallen snow, I will light here one little candle for this, the first night of Hanukkah.
Normally we celebrate the holiday by frying foods, giving presents, spinning the dreidel, reading the history of Hanukkah, and knowing what the Maccabees fought for.
I was basically raised in a Messianic Jewish home. Basically, as a family, we decided that we really wanted to look into the Jewish heritage of Jesus, because Jesus was Jewish.
Yeshua, the Messiah, did celebrate Hanukkah, right? If you go to John chapter 10, verse 22, you see Yeshua leaving the synagogue after celebrating Hanukkah.
Why don't we celebrate the stuff that Jesus used to celebrate? Why don't we get to understand what it actually means? I found that throughout every single year, the common theme that we have always stuck with as a family, and something that's resonated with me personally, is that whenever you hold your hands up to light, you'll see candlelight streaming through the holes right here in your fingers, but you'll see the darkness of the shadow that the candle is casting on your fingers. We would always do that, and every single year my mom would always say something like, "We're the light of the world. Look at how much this light shines in the darkest room in the house." It just always spoke to me of how illuminating and how special light is. This is a really important holiday because we're the light of the world. We are the hope.
Hanukkah is a beautiful tradition surrounded by family, friends, and celebration. Hanukkah is the second most celebrated December holiday in the U.S. today. Jewish families every year gather together to distribute gifts and cheer in celebration of this great victory for the Jewish people. So step back, Christmas trees and stockings, because dreidels and menorahs own this holiday season too. Reporting for ESTv, I'm Emily Smyth.